identity politics that's like devoid of any sort of class analysis is absolute fucking bullshit. And libs love it. Because it's like a fucking route to power for them. Like, if you can like fucking quibble about like how whatever makes you a shiny, special person, you know, that should be treated shinily and specially, but like you fucking don't like actually have a broader analysis of power and power structures. It's something that can very easily be cynically manipulated. Like a fucking great example of this is Jussie Smollett.
Oh,
that whole case.
Juicy Smollett.
I had. Okay, so I made a video
Like
about
that.
that, and I got so much shit. I took it down. That's the only one I've ever taken down.
I stand by my guns.
I completely agree. Yeah, like, that was bullshit. That whole thing was bullshit, and
Like,
I am
he
going
lied.
on record here. He's a fucking liar.
He lied.
And it's amazing that guy got away with it.
He lied
He
for
got away
clout.
with it because he lied to the cops, and the cops probably lied about some other shit because they're cops. But because it was him versus the cops, it's like automatically the cops are bad. The cops are bad. It's like, well, duh, they're bad. It's just that you're not automatically good if you're not a cop.
Exactly. And you're not automatically good if you're a minority either. Like the whole thing, he got up and he was like, I'm the black gay Tupac. And all of this fucking kind of streak of like narcissism among like the liberal kind of like elite and upper class. This sort of idea that they are above other people and that they should be treated specially because of their identity or whatever. And it's fucking disgusting. And I can understand why that sort of attitude kind of pushes people towards conservatism, which unfortunately isn't right. You shouldn't go towards fucking conservatism. But the left also needs to provide a better answer, a class analysis based worldview, not an identity based worldview, because having an identity based worldview like that, like the end result, the peak of this kind of idpol is Jussie Smollett. That's where it leads.
You get this, like, okay, so it's absolutely true that like there are like communities of color over police. That's not wrong. It's just if you don't connect that with other issues via class, if you don't do that, exactly. If you don't do that, it ends up just turning into this fucking more female CEOs, more black CEOs. That's all it is. Because they just want more representation at the top. They want more salespeople selling the identity to other people. It's just like, fuck that. It just doesn't do anything.
Like he was like a middle to upper class fucking child actor whose parents like fucking pushed him into.
Who's on fucking Empire, which is this massively successful show.
Yeah.
Yeah, but even before Empire, like he wasn't somebody that came from the fucking working class. And he has this, and that kind of entitlement mentality was something that was bred into him through like his upbringing and the type of areas of society that he sort of hung around in. This isn't some like downtrodden, like working class, like black man from Chicago. This is somebody who comes from the fucking upper to middle class, like echelons. And then, you know, their career wasn't doing as well as they necessarily thought they deserved. And then they decided that they were going to use social justice grievance to get clout. But there's this whole thing of like, oh, you can't be wrong if you're a minority. Oh, Elizabeth Warren isn't lying through her fucking teeth and throwing Bernie Sanders under the bus because she's a woman, because she has a vagina and she comes from a marginalized identity.
And she's 160.
Hashtag believe
Native American,
Warren.
Isn't she? Like, come on.
She's a beautiful Native American princess.
She is definitely a Native American who did not lie about it up until literally the end of 2018 when she took a DNA test or anything like that.
Did you see that cookbook she released with her
Yeah,
family?
the powwow chow.
Yeah.
Her fucking cousin created a cookbook of, like, was curating a cookbook of Native American recipes and had a bunch of actual Native Americans who contributed actual recipes.
Yeah.
And she contributed 5 recipes, which were literally plagiarized from the New York Times. They were literally just like some, like,
God.
they weren't Native American recipes. They were just recipes that were in the fucking New York Times.
This is what I mean when I say...
This is Warren's buffalo meatloaf.
This is what I mean when I talk about the fetishization of identity over class struggle. Like, this is what liberals do. They love to fucking fetishize identity and like make people and like themselves feel like they're all these shiny special things. They don't actually enjoy the idea of class struggle. Like anything that isn't completely rooted in identity like looks like fucking fascism to them. Like an actual fucking working class populist movement that's like led by the left might as well fucking be Charlottesville to them, and Bernie Sanders is like no different from Trump to them. It's
They're saying
disgusting.
shit like, there's so many tweets right now where people are like, this reminds me of Trump. It's like, shut the fuck up.
Oh my
Oh
god.
god!
What were they tweeting that about Biden grabbing babies' crotches, or was that about?
No, they've been tweeting it about Bernie Sanders' movement defending Bernie Sanders from these just horseshit trumped up sexism things.
Or they
Oh my
said, this
God.
shit reminds me of Gamergate.
Yeah, yes. I've seen that a couple of times. Like, look at they're attacking journalists. It's like Gamergate. It's like, shut the fuck
Oh my
up.
days.
It's so disgusting. It's so disgusting.
I'm sorry, but like there is a serious problem in journalism. It's a sad thing that Gamergate stigmatized the phrase "it's about ethics in journalism" because journalism is devoid of ethics at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's very
Completely.
true.